This question comes from Emily, who asks, what would happen if humans actually built a city on the moon?
It sounds like science fiction. A futuristic skyline under a black sky, Earth rising above the horizon. But if we really tried it, what would life be like? Let's find out.
The moon has no air, no oxygen to breathe, no atmosphere to protect us from radiation or micrometeorites. That means our lunar city would have to be sealed inside giant airtight domes or carved into underground tunnels.
Every breath of air would need to be manufactured, either shipped from Earth or created by splitting oxygen from lunar rocks, which are rich in oxides. One tiny leak, and your neighborhood could turn into a giant vacuum cleaner.
On Earth, our atmosphere and magnetic field protect us from cosmic rays and solar storms. On the moon, you'd be living under constant radiation bombardment.
The best solution? Build most of the city underground, using lunar regolith, the dusty gray soil, as natural shielding. Imagine a city not with skyscrapers, but with deep caverns lit by artificial suns.
The moon's gravity is only 1/6 of Earth's. That means a 100-kilogram person would weigh about 16 kilograms. Sounds fun. Superhuman jumps, heavy loads lifted with ease. But in the long run, your body would weaken.
Bones would thin, muscles would shrink, and even your heart might have trouble pumping blood correctly. Without constant exercise or artificial gravity, long-term residents could become too fragile to ever return to Earth. A city can't survive without water. Luckily, the moon has ice, frozen reserves hidden in craters at the poles. With enough energy, we could melt it, drink it, and split it into hydrogen and oxygen. As for food, there's no soil. Farming would mean hydroponics or vertical farms powered by solar energy. Picture huge glowing greenhouses underground, growing lettuce and potatoes in nutrient baths. Not exactly a five-star menu, but enough to live.
The moon gets plenty of sunlight, but only for half the month. A lunar day lasts about 14 Earth days, followed by 14 days of darkness. That means 2 weeks without sun.
To keep the lights on, the city would need massive energy storage, nuclear reactors, or solar farms built along the poles where sunlight is almost constant. Otherwise, you'd be sitting in the dark with no heat, which on the moon means a deadly minus 170 degrees Celsius.
On Earth, cars and trains rely on friction with the ground. On the moon, low gravity and dust make that tricky. Most likely, residents would drive sealed electric rovers or hop in pressurized trams connecting underground hubs.
And for intra-city travel? Rockets! Instead of highways, you'd have small launch pads sending you across the lunar surface in minutes. Think Uber, but with spacesuits.
Why build a city on the moon in the first place? Not just for the view. The moon is full of valuable resources, like helium-3, a rare isotope that could one day power nuclear fusion. Mining operations could turn the moon into the energy hub of the solar system.
Plus, the moon's low gravity makes it the perfect spaceport. Launching rockets from there is 20 times easier than from Earth. Our lunar city could become the gateway to Mars and beyond.
But what about everyday life? Imagine looking out your window and seeing a pitch-black sky filled with stars, while Earth hangs overhead like a giant glowing marble.
Your kids would play in low-gravity gyms, bouncing meters into the air. Birthdays might be celebrated with dehydrated cake. And school field trips? Exploring lava tubes or watching Earthrise from the horizon. But it wouldn't all be fun. Every moment would depend on technology working perfectly. A power failure, a cracked dome, or a missed oxygen delivery could turn a city block into a tomb.
So what if we built a city on the moon? It would be the most dangerous construction project in history, but also the most inspiring. A fragile bubble of life surrounded by silence and stars. If we pulled it off, it would prove humanity can survive beyond Earth.
And maybe, one day, the phrase born and raised on the moon won't sound like science fiction.
Living on the moon would be hard. No air, weak gravity, deadly radiation. But it's not impossible. With the right technology, our lunar city could be the first step to becoming a spacefaring civilization. Because if we can build a home on the moon, the rest of the universe suddenly feels a lot closer.